It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And coming up next is the Commanders' superstar tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Commanders and the Broncos.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, now how about this return?
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And there was a positive. Lost. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Miller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game.
And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. Beach. He finds his man. Complete. That's Porter. They'll give him 4 yards there. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down. Beach. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Morrison. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Broncos' 36-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. But you look at this Bronco defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 63 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the #2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
Over the middle, and there's a diamond catch.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Morrison. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
At the 7-yard line.
Off the play fake. Beach. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Jermaine Johnson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive is one play from stalling out.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down. Beach.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Broncos offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season.
They begin with a run by Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Quick move by Miller. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Broncos.
They'll set up a throw.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted.
Inside the 10, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Point after try forthcoming. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
You talk about this Washington defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The Broncos send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Morrison. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Quick throw going to be caught by Foster. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Allen. (10-0) the score after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Porter. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Looking to throw. Beach. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the Commanders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They'll look to throw here on first down. He gets this out to Foster on the right side. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside handoff now. Miller looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here.
This ball taken in here by Brooks. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They're going to look to throw. He's got Allen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's
through an opening, and there he goes. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's played well all year long as he enters the home stretch of the season as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Throwing to start the drive. Beach. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that will bring up second down.
At the 45-yard line.
Back to throw. Beach. Got a man and he hits him in stride. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Morrison.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
In motion comes the tight end left. From the gun on third down. Beach.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So the Broncos coming out now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
3rd and 19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts.
That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Oh, nice move. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain of 14, first down Commanders.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
He finds his man complete. That's Porter.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Back to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Patriots come in and get the victory on the road. Joe Burrow, a touchdown pass in the victory. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Drake May, strong in the victory as his guys run their record to 10-4 now with 2 weeks to go. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. J.J. McCarthy leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's putting together a remarkable season. Currently the NFL's leader in passing yards as we play here in the month of December. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Beach. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They start the drive with a give to Allen. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Miller. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Inside the 10, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. 2nd and 9 now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Beach.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 3rd down gain of 19.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
He finds his man, complete. It's Morrison. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The partner still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown.
A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Commanders are pouring it on. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll drop to throw. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. A beautiful fake. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Lawrence. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
A gain of 12. And the Broncos first down.
A first down carry now for Miller.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll run it again with Miller. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff to Miller. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll run on 1st down. Morrison. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Morrison.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They run the counter.
Morrison.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that's taking it right down Broadway. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos about set to go on offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brooks. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
The one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Washington going to send out their punter,
as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Go on the next drive for what? And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable 4th quarter. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Morrison. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
86 yards for him on the ground now. On that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again, yet as they just add to their totals.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for the Commanders' touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for Washington,
they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Wow, we had 5 defensive touchdowns. That's a first. Now I got to see stats. 5 defensive touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay. I know. 5. Yay. I'll be back, y'all. Thanks for watching. Follow. Subscribe.